Hola, primas y primos. Bienvenidos al Nuevo Mundo. This is for educational purposes only. That was George McRae with Rock You Baby. Even though I started life as a West Texican here in West Texas, I often get bunched in with the end of the boomers, something that is often referred to as Generation Jones. According to this Generation Jones theory, Jones is the carnalito or carnalita mocoso mocosa to boomer. So on Saturday night, when your siblings or your older relatives were getting ready to go party and they had their little AFM transistor radios from Japan on, this song was rocking in the background, the little snot-nosed kids were listening to this song. In 1978, there was this big fat white racist named Steve Daw who was a DJ in Chicago. Big old fat motherfucker, nasty looking bastard, man. When you see pictures of Steve Dahl back then in the 1970s when he and the co-host did this disco demolition, now you could tell he's the kind of individual that probably had to put a roofie in somebody's drink at the disco in order to get some pussy. I saw a documentary on Steve Dahl and the co-host and the way that they came after disco. And there's a piece in the documentary, and I can't find it right now. I've been looking for it, but I can't find that particular documentary. But one of the people that was a janitor at Comiskey Park says he remembers that even though it said disco sucks and it was supposed to be a disco demolition night, he was a black, one of the black caretakers there on the field. He went down there and he says he remembers seeing, like what was actually R&B and soul, not disco. With no internet and no cable in the town that I lived in back in the mid-70s, the disco sucks thing took a while to get here. It didn't arrive as soon as this guy did that in 1978. It was a delayed reaction. It took a couple of years. The fact is that disco didn't die. The racists just killed a lot of that vibe in America. The early 80s, I ended up going to Juarez, and they still had discos in Juarez, Mexico. And then 83, 84, I ended up going to Germany, and they still had discos in Europe. What makes the song Rock Your Baby interesting is that it was actually written by Casey of Casey and the Sunshine Band, along with one of his other members. And the guy that sung it just happened to be in the studio at the time because the song wasn't intended for him. In an interview that was given in the mid-90s, Dick Clark, America's oldest teenager, said that popular music is the soundtrack of our lives. I truly disdain the rose-colored glasses of nostalgia. I'm not down with that. And this isn't a nostalgic take on the past. The music was fun. It just got me thinking the other day when I was listening to Rock Your Baby, what a great beat it really has. How it really sounds really good. The difference between, say, club music today and disco, I'm not a musicologist. I'm not going to get into the debate because I have no idea what the difference is. But it gets back to the idea of what Emma Goldman said, if I can't dance at the revolution, I don't want your fucking revolution. According to Earl Wilson in the Dallas Morning News of June 6, 1977, Led Zeppelin turned up at the Studio 54 disco. According to a Fleetwood Mac fan site, not only did Led Zeppelin party there, but, and this is witnessed by Carol Ann Harris and the people of Fleetwood Mac, but Fleetwood Mac and most rock stars, along with Hollywood stars, partied at disco called Club 54. So the problem is whether it's a statist bullshit, whether it's, shit from people like the right-wing white supremacists or the left-wing weirdos that, want to do away with culture. Goes back to Emma Goldman, man. If I can't dance at your revolution, fuck your revolution. I remember living in El Paso and going to bars and clubs and seeing photos, old black and white photos of Mexican revolutionaries, who were dancing like them and their soldaderas or their adelitas. And, you could tell they were having a good time. It was music playing. This is the result of the revolution. I realize that there are ugly, bad things going on in the world that are being done by sour, dour weirdos like J.D. Vance and Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. These people are not dancers at the revolution. And that's, I think, what we're messing up as revolutionaries. People want to be so serious about this. And it's not that it's not serious, it's very serious. But the whole thing is that we're trying to create a party, not create the same shit with just a different face and different people in it. I mean, we've been trying this stupid ass game for a long time, but we need to get back to the disco. We need to have fun. We need to revolutionize from the ground up. We need to do this as a grassroots movement. We need to make it fun because that's what people want. I mean, we don't need to kill the future. And I think that's what is missing from a lot of this stuff, I understand that you have to war with these people, but god damn it, let's get back to the disco. Like George McCrae sang, there's nothing to it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.